Shocking XRP update as Powell wants to ban XRP forever. What's the truth behind this? That's what you're going to find out in this video and more XRP updates, so make sure to stay tuned. Welcome to Crypto Live. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel to stay updated on our upcoming videos about cryptocurrencies. It looks like Ripple is going to have a great year actually, but there are some issues with Congress. But what is Congress pushing at the moment? Also, are there any other plans Ripple has? It is clear that the cryptocurrency industry has changed considerably, and it might have a significant impact on Bitcoin pricing. That significant development is taking place on Capitol Hill. Additionally, according to reports, a congressman is pushing for the ban of on-government-backed digital currencies as the Federal Reserve researches the creation of a digital dollar, which would put major cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, and BNB on equal footing. Representative Tom Emmer of Minnesota recently tried to limit the power of Federal Reserve to issue digital currencies directly to American residents, which he believes will increase the country's authoritarianism. He further stated, requiring users to open up an account at the Fed to access a U.S. CBDC would put the Fed on an insidious path akin to China's digital authoritarianism. It is important to note that Fed does not and should not have the authority to offer retail bank accounts. Fed Chair Jerome Powell has said that private crypto coins can coexist with central bank-issued digital currencies, but the congressman suggests that the Fed could spy on Americans if a CBDC is instituted. Further, decentralizing a cryptocurrency would defeat the very idea of decentralization. He said, CBDCs that fail to adhere to these three basic principles could enable an entity like the Federal Reserve to mobilize itself into a retail bank, collect personally identifiable information on users, and track their transactions indefinitely. Also, are you aware of the Congressional attempt? Let us know in the comments section. In July of this past year, the Federal Reserve began an inquiry into the possibility of issuing its digital currency. According to Fed Chair Jerome Powell, quote, we think it's really important that the central bank maintains a stable currency and payment system for the public's benefit. That's one of our jobs. In response, later on, he observed that it involved transformational innovation in digital payments, and the change brought about by the introduction of digital currencies is what he was referring to. Although the Federal Reserve did not mention any specific date, they implied that the process would not be hurried. In a press conference following the meeting, Powell said, I believe it is critical that we arrive at a point where we can make an educated judgment about this, and that we do it as soon as possible. I don't believe we are falling behind. I believe it is more important to do this right than it is to do it quickly. A decision on digital currencies by the Federal Reserve has not yet been made, but Chairman Powell told a Senate panel he could release the study within a couple of weeks. In addition, the Atlantic Council recently reported that 87 nations, according to more than 90% of the world's GDP, are pondering the idea of developing their digital currency. Currently, 9 countries are testing the system, including China, and Nigeria was the last to launch. As a result, nations with the largest central bank systems, such as the US, Japan, the Eurozone, and the United Kingdom, are slipping further and further behind. Furthermore, in the cryptocurrency community, central banks issuing a digital currency is a closely watched phenomenon. This is because there is no clarity yet on how the new regulations will affect cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin and Ethereum. The XRP cryptocurrency has some great news, however. Additionally, a blog post by American fintech Ripple describes gray markets as places where shady characters exchange money in shadowy alleys. However, a recent update from Ripple claims that gray markets have become an unfortunate necessity for companies that lack financial resources to operate within the traditional payment system. Furthermore, according to FinTech Business, authorities often censure informal remittance routes due to concerns about anonymity in payments. Also, the Ripple team reports, due to the lack of inexpensive alternatives, people in need of a financial lifeline frequently rely on informal channels despite their risks. Then they went on to say that by redefining the term gray markets to underserved markets, we can open the possibility of providing a viable alternative for undeserved communities to make informal payments more secure and formal. Additionally, Ripple stated that COVID-19 complications are creating increasing pressure on underserved markets. Further, the advantages of digitalization are helping to accelerate the growth of alternative payment companies, which provide the same benefit of trust and affordability, and do so through fully regulated systems. Moreover, secure and affordable compliance for people and communities that rely on remittance payments has been determined to be valuable in their examination of informal value transfer networks and the inherent dangers that accompanies anonymity. In addition to this, it is said Hawala is a very good example of a payment method that is not commonly used. The author explains that this method of making payments relies on an extensive network of trusted contacts, such as friends or family members, that operate around the world, making it possible for people to send money between countries through in-person cash exchanges without losing significant funds to an expensive traditional exchange. In other words, the uncontrolled movements of money by banks and other financial institutions do not necessarily constitute illegal activities according to the law. For example, as Ripple pointed out, they sometimes can even be offered by licensed operators with just more liquidity than more mainstream counterparts, rather than merely being more expensive. And according to the report, well-known financial brands can use gray market channels for more affordable FX rates and more affordable alternatives. Also, based on the anecdotal evidence, there are even cases of brands managing underserved markets. At the same time, Ripple has acknowledged that these transactions are not without risk, while also emphasizing that in the past, the benefits have been greater than the risks for many consumers and institutions. However, the company reports that there have been instances where payments haven't been completed, and in some cases, banks have even had their funds frozen because of an illegal gray market transaction. Even before the outbreak, the emergence of regulated digital payment channels, such as mobile phone and blockchain, meant that sending money across borders was easier and less costly. Additionally, it was claimed that since the outbreak began, a significant amount of work has been reduced because people could not travel and meet in person. Ripple explained that the informal component of gray market networks cannot function without a safe, easy way to meet and exchange cash. In addition to real-time transactions, the company states that RippleNet also offers extremely competitive foreign exchange rates, complete transparency from beginning to end, frees up working capital, and assists with liquidation issues. Together, these technologies provide an instant regulated solution for cross-border payments that digitalizes and modernizes remittances while connecting firms with new payment partners. Ripple noted, as a result of Ripple's decentralization, the authors argue providers can diversify and de-risk their operations at a time when governments are increasing their monitoring and traditional banks are leaving the remittance market in increasing numbers. So, do you think Powell will ban crypto? In addition to this statement that we would not ban crypto, I believe Ripple XRP will not be banned despite the lawsuit. Additionally, Jerome Powell, chairman of the Federal Reserve, said stablecoins need greater regulatory oversight, but he does not intend to ban them. In response to Bud's question, Powell reaffirmed that he would not ban or limit the use of cryptocurrencies in any way. He said, "I have no intention to ban them." This remark was released a few days earlier. Powell sought legislative support and consultations from Congress about developing the digital dollar. Those in the crypto community had speculated that if the U.S. CBDC is established, private crypto will be banned as recently happened in China. However, Powell's remarks suggest the opposite. That's all for this video about crypto, and thank you for watching. If you would like to receive updates on the crypto market, make sure you click the subscribe and bell button.